Well, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about Bachelor in Paradise because the future of The Bachelor, I mean, we kind of got to get into it. So in regards to Paradise, lots of fans have been concerned it might not happen this year. With such a late start to The Bachelorette that airs July 11th, Rachel and Gabby's season, there has been also some blind items and messages. I even got one myself that Bachelor in Paradise is not on the ABC programming list for this year, and apparently the ratings were really low last year. Now, if you don't remember last year, Gianna, I believe it came on end of August, September, and they used to air it Monday and Tuesday nights. So it was a lot of nights a week. We're going to get into the Mike Fleiss, tweet in just a second, but are you surprised they actually would consider canceling it this year and the ratings would be down, especially because of all the hype that's around it?
I'm absolutely utterly shocked about all of this because first of all, I think that it's safe to say a majority of Bachelor Nation prefers watching Paradise over The Bachelorette and The Bachelor. I know we love them all, but if we had to rank them, Paradise is like our little breath of fresh air. We love seeing our alumni come back. We love seeing who's hooking up with who. We love Wells. I mean, it's just all of these favorite people in one place, and it's like it's in the summer, so like life is fun. So I'm shocked that they would consider canceling it. A. B. I'm shocked the ratings were low. I'm wondering again, I don't know how this works, if maybe people were streaming it just on Hulu the next day rather than watching it live on ABC. I don't know if Hulu affects the ratings when it comes to ABC, but maybe that's why. I mean, summer is a busy time for all of us. Like I know summer nights, I don't care if it's a Monday, Tuesday, I'm out and about, I'm doing something,
Yeah.
so I don't have time to watch it. So I'm a streamer myself, but it's shocking. I don't know what I'm gonna do if it's gone. I'd be so heartbroken. I'd be so sad. And I'm also shocked. My last reason is because we had the most engagements we've ever had in like the history of Paradise. And most of the couples, all of the couples are still together, right? It's like this was a historic season that's still going. There's been so much success from this past season. So it's like, why not keep that momentum and that energy going? It's just, this better not be true. It really better not be true.
Yeah, all of the couples are still together except for Marissa and Riley. The one couple that I think we both put our money on that would last forever. Like we were all like Marissa and Riley are fine. Like if any couple, and they're literally the first to break up. Every other couple is
Oh,
still together. Even Elena and Chris are still together. Brendan and Piper, grocery store at Joe, and Serena just revealed they're moving to New York City in the next couple of months. They're still going strong. Mari and Kenny are going strong. All the couples are still together. Noah and Abigail, Becca and Thomas. So it does have the highest success rate. Now, many fans took to Twitter to express their frustrations about Paradise being canceled, and the creator of The Bachelor, Mike Fleiss, tweeted in a since deleted tweet, Gianna. So this is where things get messy. He retweeted adding canceled question mark no effing way hashtag Bachelor in Paradise forever. So why did he have to delete that? It doesn't necessarily mean it's canceled if it's not on this year. It could still be postponed.
I think it'll definitely be postponed. I mean, in it, imagine if we woke up tomorrow and they're like, "Hey guys, get ready. It's going to be on next week. Surprise." Like it already
Let's
happened, which is
go.
obviously not true. But that would be funny. I think it's going to be postponed. I mean, the timeline of The Bachelor and Bachelorette and Paradise all kind of got messed up with, the back-to-back seasons and this, that, the other. We've been like having a headache for the last 2 years at this point, everything with COVID. And I think it's now trickled down into, oh, wait, well, there's a Bachelorette, but like what's going to happen with Paradise? So I think if anything, it just will be postponed. And, hey, I'm down for a fall Paradise. I mean, it's going to be cold here in Boston. I can watch my TV and pretend I'm on the beach in Mexico. I think it'll still be great, even if it's on in the fall. So I think if anything, and Mike himself tweeted, although the tweet was deleted, but it's there. We have screenshots. He literally said, no effing way. So it's not canceled. It's going to have to be postponed. And it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it will be canceled either. It's just we know The Bachelorette premieres in July. So if that goes on for 2 or 3 months, are they going to air Paradise in October? I don't see why not. As you mentioned, if they can film it in the summer, it only takes a few weeks to film. It's a lot shorter of a filming season than a Bachelor or Bachelorette, which takes almost 2 months to film. So they could still squeeze it in there and it can come on in the fall. And maybe that's their plan to have it on, with back to school season. So I wouldn't, count it out yet. It just doesn't seem very likely. There is a lot of signs and clues that it could be, canceled for this year. And we have seen a lot of Bachelor podcasters try and mix and match a lot of contestants. Andrew and Teddy have been shipped a lot. Brandon and Serene have been shipped. Shanae has been shipped with people. There has been a lot of gossip and talk about it. So I would say it would come back one day. The only thing that is a little, I guess, off is like, Gianna, there really would only be one season of girls to pick from, which would be from Clayton's season. And then we would have guys from Rachel and Gabby's season, Michelle's season, even some guys from Katie's season that didn't go on. Andrew, Justin, Mikey. There's a lot of guys that we would expect to be there. So it's like, we might need more girls. Do you think they should just throw some random girls in the mix? Like, why do they have to go on The Bachelor to go on Paradise? Like, let's just get some newbies.
Because it's like we already established the foundation, and I think that everyone knows that feeling of the first episode of Paradise, just seeing like who's walking down those stairs, and you're like,
Uh-huh.
oh my god, so and so from this season. I remember exactly what went down with them and like what happened, and you know how they navigate and act in relationships already. And I just feel like meeting a whole new group of people, it's exhausting. It really is exhausting meeting them, keeping up with them. I mean, you and I have joked like during Clayton season, we're halfway through and I still don't know these girls' names. Like I have no idea. Like can't keep up anymore. But with Paradise, I think that is what makes it so appealing for everyone. It's because we know everybody. It's a blast from the past. It's throwbacks. Like I think it's just awesome because of that, and seeing, Bachelor Nation, the Bachelor alums come together in that sense. But I think in terms of having more girls, I mean, there's plenty of women from Clayton season to choose from that were all icons. And, we could even go further back. I mean, who knows who could end up on that beach? We could have people from seasons way back. So I wouldn't necessarily
True.
worry about how, like, the most recent seasons, Bachelor versus Bachelorette. So you never know. It's possible.
Do you think Claire Crawley would go back to Paradise if they asked her?
I don't know about that one, honestly. Just because, oh God, I just can't see that happening, period. I mean, do you? I just feel like she's kind of all set with with the franchise.
I mean, I think she's single now. Nick did post on his story that she was single. They hung out after the final rose. I think they might want to get a few more leads back in the action for Paradise. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pilot Pete there. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Claire showed up again. I'm not even kidding. Or if they did another spin-off show. It's just seeing Claire on after the final rose. Like she's not ready to give up on love. Heidi
No.
Loves Mine says it wouldn't be so dang hot in the fall in Mexico. Got to have VIP. Yeah, they could film it and do it a fall style. Maybe they can do like a Halloween episode. Like maybe just change it up and give it us a little mix. I don't see why not. Is there anyone else you like have to see be there in Paradise?
Well, first of all, this comment's so funny because it's making me think of that girl, and why am I forgetting her name? That was sweating all the freaking time. She was on Paradise twice.
Tajwan.
What was Tajwan, Hurricane Tajwan, remember? And she was always sweating. So I love her. She needs to go back a third time because she keeps getting robbed.
With the uncle.
But yeah, with the freaking uncle. But in terms of who I want to see, I know you mentioned Andrew and Teddy being shipped. I know Andrew has even said like he'd like to see Teddy, and Teddy has even said she'd like to see Andrew. And Teddy, maybe Bachelor Nation fans are actually speculating that she was caught in a little slip up, because I think she was on the Chicks in the Office or one of those podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
and she was
Yeah.
like, oh, if I go to Paradise. And we were like, what do you know that we don't know? And she kept saying she was getting in
Mm-hmm.
trouble for saying things and this, that, the other. So I think there's word of it, and I would love to see her. And I have fell in love with Andrew since Katie's season. So he needs to be on that beach. He needs to be with Teddy. I want them to get married, and I want them to have children. That's it. Thank you.
And we also need Aaron and Genevieve on the beach as well, because that already is
Yes.
a moment. We saw them after the final rose. You know, last year Brendan and Piper got a lot of heat and a lot of flack because they had they had an established relationship before going to Paradise. It seems like Andrew and Teddy are already flirting. Brandon and Serene could be flirting. Aaron and Genevieve. Do you think that the rules might change, from fans, being so hard on these couples? Because it's like we kind of want them to pre-establish things and then we want to see them in Paradise. That gets the hype, but it's like we owe it to them as fans to not get mad at them also for that, for putting it out there as well. So how do you think the dynamics will change?
I think the whole thing with Brendan and Piper's situation that made everybody so angry is that Brendan strung Natasha along until Piper got there. And granted, Piper said she didn't know, like she was literally going because he said to go and whatever, and like wait for me and whatever that. I will never forget covering that here on Shared News, like way back when Paradise was on in the summer. It was crazy coverage all day, every day with those two. But I don't know if the rules will change necessarily, because it's not like they're being told, "Hey, go to Paradise. So and so is going to be there, and you guys can have a relationship." And it's like established already type of thing. I think there's a thrill of, for example, let's say Teddy. They'll be like, "Teddy, want to go to Paradise?" Sure, that's it. They don't give her the cast list. They don't give her hints. She can only hope, and that's why in the first interview she's like, "Oh, I hope to see Andrew walking down those stairs, and if it happens, it happens." And then I think the drama part comes in. It's because there's also all these other men on the beach, or women, that they can be like, "Oh, actually, I just established a connection with this person. I actually really do like them." So I think that although they may be seeking each other out in the beginning, there's still room for, other connections to be made and drama to be had. And that's, again, what makes Paradise so fun.
For sure, and really never know until you meet someone. So it really depends on if some of these people decide to DM each other and form these connections and maybe meet up privately before getting onto the beach, which I think could mess up, the situation on the beach. But if it's getting postponed, it's like how long do you expect? Andrew to wait to DM Teddy? Like, if he's dying to DM her now, he could have waited till June. Now he has to wait till the fall. It's like, everyone just DM each other. I won't hold it against you. Just don't act like Brendan and Piper when you get there. And then we good. And I'm down to see Aaron and Genevieve get married and have a Bachelor in Paradise baby. Like, I'm not going to hate on you guys for it. I promise. You heard it here first. So we got it. We need Paradise. There's already all of these couples we're shipping. That's everything in Bachelor Nation we have to share with you guys for today. Obviously, we do have a few more months before the next season of The Bachelorette, but we are expected to get Gabby and Rachel's guys any day now. So we will be, on our toes looking for that, and reviewing and giving our first impressions sometime this week when we get the list of names for Gabby and Rachel's men. Gianna, before we go, what kind of guys do you want to see for Gabby and Rachel?
Attractive ones. I am honestly so sick of these people that really aren't all that, and that are actually rude personality wise, going on to these seasons just because producers are like, maybe they'll stir the pot. Like, these two women deserve the absolute best after what we saw them go through with Clayton. So I swear to God, if someone shows up night one with a binder of a plan or whatever the hell we've seen in
A
past seasons,
husband,
and a husband, or I mean a wife, everything. I
fiance.
mean, either I'll be so mad. So I hope that these men are actually nice men, cute, attractive, gentlemen, mature, not just going on the show for clout. Yeah, for them. And I still need to know the structure of the show. We need to get not only the men, we need to get the structure and the laydown of how 30 women are going to seek after two women. I mean, 30 men are going to seek after two women, and vice versa. So, got to see how that goes down.
For sure, for sure. Well, we'll be keeping updated on all things Bachelor Nation. So before you guys go, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you guys are updated with all things Bachelor Nation news and tea. And even if you guys missed today's live, feel free to comment down below your opinions, your predictions, and your hot takes, because we love to read them all. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality, joined by Gianna Gravalisi. Our social media handles are on the screen right now. So, what are you guys doing? Go over, follow us, come say hello. And that's everything we have for today. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.